So some of those dark rooms become.
Yes. There's also a few new tricks involved here. We have the Haripot. We've got some manipulation with some bombs. But it's time to start things off, and we get to see what the items are. Bombos in the Sanctuary for Goomba, and only 20 rupees in Link's house. And a map check. Red Crystal in Desert. Crystal up in Hera. Not Green Pendant over at Eastern. That is not an important one to pick up. And the poultry, not bad. Bombs.
I'm a little backed up here. I'm trying to get caught up to you, sir.
That's fine. Alright. Secret Passage coming up now. A little bit more money. Crabs are not really that helpful. And we're going to see what Aghanim has in store for us. It's just 3 bombs. Oh, wow, though. Demolisher. Early weapon advantage going forward. We'll see what they use that for. Oh, set up a tier 3 pull, and it was 20 rupees. So already got a good money advantage. And the Moon Pearl as well. And some armor for ddemolisher. Things are progressing very steadily. We're getting quite a few items.
Yeah, right now I'm just listening to you trying to fix my technical difficulties. Sorry.
It happens. It really does happen. Alright, Goomba, let's see what you got here in Kakariko. Single arrow has been found. And Zelda still contains just a heart. Meanwhile, Kakariko is progressing well for Goomba. Let's see if there's any progression here. Interesting. Cadence Amaria. And the Power Glove as well. Wow. Okay. So nothing really going on here. Goomba gonna grab some extra rupees here to set up the merchant. And only a 20% return on the investment. Alright, so far, her Kakariko paying up fairly well. 20 rubies on the library. And those poultries are really coming to play in the Demolisher's end. Doesn't have the grind, doesn't buy bombs. Only arrows on the race game, though. We'll see where Goomba and Demolisher goes here.
All right, Wolf, I think I might be back.
Alright, good to hear. Alright, Goomba's gonna now pull the dam. Let's see what we got here. Oh, that was the flippers in the dam, though. I missed that.
Flippers go well with the dam.
Indeed. And some money for Zora. Not a lot, but a little bit helps.
And a little bit of cash.
Gonna head over and check the desert. Seems like I saw enough play. Thinking is one of those loose ends that no one really likes leaving.
You know you always got to go for it, but it sucks to go for it.
Yeah, we'll see what it's...
One item far out of the way, that's never good.
Well, in this case, it's very good. It's the hammer. And combined with the glove and the move her, we have Dark World access already. Not even 8 minutes in.
Interesting strategy, Wolf. See that work out.
Still no sword, though, for Goomba, which is slightly troubling, but we know that one is in the escape. Secret Passage. And making no surprise here, getting straight to Dark World. 5-6, Admire, pendant at Skullwood with the green pendant on Turtle Rock.
Oh, they get to avoid TR, possibly.
Not only that, potentially a scene in which you don't need the Fire Rod.
Oh, those are rare and frustrating.
Well, even then, we have the Balls now for Ice Palace. Alright, Legacy, your reputation. Here's the hype game. He's hard to start things off. Red Boomerang, not bad. 3 bombs, a heart container, 3 more bombs.
That was kind of the anti-hype cave.
Yeah, one can argue that the Boomerang is alright, but it's still maybe a 2 at best. And really, the Boomerang is just for menuing purposes.
So early Dark World here, this opens up a lot, so you got a lot of choices that you need to make.
And Goomba's gonna take the hammer.
Dark.
Yeah, gonna be checking the pyramid most likely.
And the mirror. All right.
Not bad spot for it. So right away, we can say the Fire Rod's not on Ped. Because you need the Fire Rod to get to Skullwoods, and you need it to defeat Trinex. So it can't be there.
Making the move to the Grumpy Fish.
Yep, Catfish is a good play here. Now, what could be on Ped, however, is the flute. But Turtle Rock requires so many items, it's very unlikely that we don't find the flute before we find everything else.
I don't think this seed's going to be that mean to these runners. That's not fair.
No. No, this seems fairly tame. But of course, with Dark World open so early, a lot can happen.
Demolisher going for a little dark room here. And a half magic in the
That is really good. All right, let's
half magic
see.
not required, but it always just it calms your nerves. You never have to worry about magic ever again. It's nice.
Yeah, and especially for when you're doing a silverless Ganon, which with the bows being progressive in version 31, more often than not you're going to be doing that. And Goomba is taking that hammer and just riding the advantage of checking that Agita spot early. I don't think Goomba has even been to Mini Moldorm.
No, but Gooma's going to get his mirror here.
Yeah, which will help again with more Dark World checks. The seat is just so wide open, it's kind of crazy actually.
Yeah, the linear seeds are easier to handle. This one, you do.
Alright, Mini Moldorm Cave. Coming up here now for Demolisher. This is a check we have not seen yet from either runner. Going to go ahead and use Bombos here.
With the fighter sword, I respect that play. I hate those little guys there.
Yeah. Might be a little bit slower. Hook shots there though, and the Master Sword, and the Fire Rod. Wow! And the lamp, and a heart container. That last one is kind of a.
Moldorm says, "Take that, hype cave."
Yeah, can we rename this the hype cave?
We gotta change some names here. Who do we have to?
I don't know. That was insane.
That might be the best cave I've seen in this game ever.
Paradise Cave can potentially be better. But that was pretty up there in the hype.
Yeah, what, 4 of 5 quality items? Well done.
One of which may not
be... And a little piece of love, too.
Yeah. Extra heart health is not that bad to have, though. Especially this early on.
Especially early on, absolutely.
And that just opened up... Demolisher doesn't know this, but that opened up pretty much the... Actually, no, it did open up the entirety of Death Mountain, pretty much.
And Goomba, yeah, taking a lot of runners have to do a slightly different route in Skull Woods now that you can get stuck in Mummy Room.
Yeah. Now here's the problem we have here. Demolisher does not know that the hammer is in play, but he has 2 swords and the lamp. That could be tricking his mind into thinking this is an Agassiz and go up there without checking, as we find Ether in Skull Woods. I hope he doesn't take that at bait.
Yeah,
it would be fairly disappointing.
Where was Hammer? Yeah, Goomba found Hammer
in Nagita's cave.
Oh yeah, that cave that I was talking trash about. See that? Alright, Goomba's got his key, so he's not going to get stuck in here.
Yeah, another change here. No longer a guaranteed key in this room. In case in point, it's the other item, in fact. And because of the routing Goomba did, you can just mirror and leave. Got both items, doesn't need the pendant that we know of yet. And can come back later once he has the fire rod, if needed, to kill old Mothzilla. But Mothzilla is not...
After Thieves Town, he's gotta make a move to that, you gotta get to that Mini Moldorm cave event.
Yeah. I don't think Goomba's forgotten it. Whoa, hello. Titan's Mitts on the Zora ledge.
This is one of those seats. Everything is now pretty much open for Wolf if he makes the right. Or Demolisher, my fault.
It's fine. But this is also bad on two fronts. For one, Demolisher has Dark World access, but we're going to be missing out on the hammer. And second, and probably even more importantly, Demolisher does not have enough money to pay Zora. So, potentially has to come back if Zora has progression on him. Alright, Thieves Town coming up here, 4 items. It is a crystal, so we will be seeing Goomba clear this. But Goomba is still swordless.
Yeah, but a runner of his caliber with the hammer, I don't think he's going to have a problem.
Yeah. Also has the Canis Maria, which is a valid weapon against blind, actually.
Demolisher making some good use of that hook shot without the... And here we're finally going to see a lot of Death Mountain, it seems like.
Oh, yeah. Pretty much has full access to Death Mountain. In fact, I believe, if my memory is correct, Demolisher even has access to Hera through a very roundabout way. Well, you can go straight up there, actually, with a mirror. Never mind. I was thinking you had to go all the way around Dark World first, but no, you can just go straight there. Although, it wouldn't be a bad idea to head east first. Check out all the items over there. There's a lot.
You can get over there, for sure.
Yeah. And then just go across the bridge towards Ganon's castle, mirror, and then you're at Hera. Gonna come over here first and take a peek at what the spectral rock item is. And it's just some bombs, but what's inside spectral rock? That is the question.
Goomba's got to do some breakdancing here through the fireballs. He makes.
There's only 20 rubies inside spectral rock. Getting
going after the hearts or possible fairy.
Yeah, a little bit of healing doesn't hurt. Goomba taking that magical boomerang out, using it just a little bit.
Yeah, these little guys will really take some health off for sure.
Oh yeah. They're basically just Dark World rats, but they can hurt quite a bit.
Yeah, Demolisher has the blue mail, but Goomba, no sword, green mail.
Yeah, the swords are in Escape, as well as the blue mail, and Mini Molder Cave. We don't know what the other 2 swords are. Small and big keys here in Hera. We are going into the basement.
Demolisher with some nice sword spins there.
Yeah, we have seen a full map check here. We do know that Misery Mire is the other 5-6, and the rest of them are crystals here in the Dark World.
Let's see a nice bomb jump set up here. Nicely done.
Unfortunately, an item is in the basement, as well as on Boulder himself. Alright, Blind, let's see how good of a fight Goomba can pull off with just the hammer.
I think we're going to see something great here. I'm ready. 3 quick hits.
Yeah. Might be going left here. Yep. Oh, things are getting a little out of hand here.
All right, now he takes out that cane. Oh, nice placement.
Yeah, so that's the block. We'll just deal contact damage there. And that one will just run right into him. That's a nice blind fight. Blind has the map.
Something tells me he's done that before.
Yeah. Oh, there's a poke here. Oh no! Demolisher falling in the center hole. That is the bad one of falling, as it'll knock you down 2 whole floors. And he has to climb up and fight Moldorm again. He did get a poke during that fight, which put Moldorm into his aggressive state, in which he is faster. That's the best way to describe it. He just gets faster and very hard to hit.
Describe him as kind of a jerk when he's in fast mode. That's how I describe it. But that's.
There's our third sword. That is the third sword of the game. Goomba's first. And Goomba's going to be taking that sword and start exploring South Hyrule.
All right, good, nice revenge there, Demolisher. He had something to prove there.
And a crystal on the board, 21 minutes in. But Goomba was the first one on the board even sooner than that. Digging game coming up now. 9 digs.
Can use this, maybe get some, oh, all right. Choosing not to go for some extra cash. Sometimes some runners like to get the extra cash while you're there.
Yeah, no real need, although we haven't seen Zora yet.
Demolisher's going to take a little break.
Oh, no he's not.
Off the block.
Yeah, I think it was a little too far to the left. Meanwhile, a blue potion for Goomba. That is the first bottle, which means Sick Kid now has an item for us. And that is the one tie you cannot block with a side poke like this. You have to actually change your angle to go up. I've come to find.
It sounds like you learned that the hard way.
Yes, I have, actually.
We'll get our last item here in the era.
What is it going to be?
The ice rod.
Now, the ice rod's not required that we know of, but that is a good thing to have.
TR open for him? Oh no, he doesn't have hammer yet.
No. And we don't know what the medallion is for Turtle Rock either. If it's Quake, we still need to find that one out. And Goomba's about to get a huge treasure trove of items.
Here he goes. There we go.
Goomba choosing to use
medallion
Ether
on the mini Moldorms. The quicker one.
Yeah, quicker one. Normally that would freeze enemies solid, but Moldorms cannot be frozen, so they die instantly.
And I learned something today.
Yeah, Fire almost is the slowest, but it is a guaranteed kill regardless of the enemy. But there are some enemies that will just burn and take a little bit of extra time. I think Moldorms are one of them.
Lots of love.
Grandescape starting us off with a couple of heart containers. And Goomba is thinking swamp.
Early swamp, but there's a lot of items in swamp.
Yeah, and you just got the hookshot. Makes perfect sense. Money, shield, the shovel. Ooh. A little bit more money, and a heart piece, which is enough to get 4.
There's no mini Moldorm cave, let me tell you.
No, but the shovel is sort of a mystery here. And it is a nice way to get...
that was an excellent bomb jump by Demolisher over the edge there. Save a little extra time going around.
Indeed. And yeah, the shovel can be used to dig up health or ammunition, so it's not something you should discount. Gonna check Spiral Cave here. Meanwhile, Goomba's checking the first chest here in Swamp Palace. And it is a heart piece.
Interesting. With how wide open the seed was, our runners are taking 2 very different routes.
Actually, looking at the seed here, and looking at what we have, potentially a boots lock scene. But other than that, as we get the red mail in Spiral Cave, medallion pending, it's flute and bow, and we are in no mode.
So sub 30 go mode might be some kind of a record.
And the bow cannot be on the pedestal, but the flute can. So that's literally everything that's something hold on. Unless Meyer is Quake and Theodore Rock is Bombos or Ether. So Ped is most likely dead at this point.
I don't know, I feel like this is one of those seeds, it's too good to be true, so it's just going to come back and haunt them at the end.
I've been there, actually. And there's the Quake medallion, so it can only be flute on pedestal now. And we know where all three medallions are.
Alright, am I a mean commentator for rooting for flute on pedestal? They're going to make it more fun.
I'm gonna say bows and laser. The first intended bows on laser bridge. Because it's Turtle Rock, it's always gonna have progression.
Well, there's roughly, what, 314 chests in there, give or take?
There's the final sword! What is this seed? Jeez. Being very generous with the combat advantage here.
Goomba sure to not drown that key over there.
Yeah, that is an important thing not to forget. Don't flood that key.
It's a lot of muscle memory. I've seen a lot of racers, myself included, just as you press the switch, you're like, you know what? Whoops.
Yeah, I can see some people opting not to do left side swamp just so that muscle memory doesn't kick in. And it makes perfect sense.
I gotta say, I'm very impressed with Demolisher's use of that hook shot. It's constant and very well done.
Yeah. It's one of the better ways to get around when you don't have the boots to just dash everywhere. Of course, it's limited in its what it can grab and what angles you can grab to actually get a speed boost from. Big key now for Goomba. And more money. That is Zora money, though, for Goomba. And that is something Demolisher left behind.
That'll give him just about enough for everything, right? We need a little for Zora, a little for Pod if you need to get in there, and a little for the big red bomb.
And Demolisher still does not have the hammer. Much as our tracker, Yoinker's wife, would like to believe. Shoutouts to them, by the way, for being our tracker this evening. Doing an excellent job keeping those items up to date for you as best as they can.
Goomba was almost forgetting that he had that big key there, but he remembered. Still just one crystal apiece here.
Yeah, that's soon to change. Goomba's on his way to Argus here. And Demolisher is on their way over to Mokula.
Mummy's being a little bit of a pain here, but walks right through.
Yeah, Gindos are one of the more annoying enemies, I've come to find out. At least they didn't have the abilities that their later cousins had, in which they could just paralyze you with a screech.
Demolisher making nice work here of Mothula. Gotta get him off that off the spikes. There you go. Well done.
Only a compass on the moth and the red pendant.
The Demolisher still has the chest right here at the entrance of the back of Skull Woods, correct?
Yes, but as we come to find, both items are in the front, and Demolisher did not pick them up just yet. So choosing to do the back first, which is an okay play. We just have to know that in this case, it's not going to work out for him. Fire, 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 spin! Oh, not quite. Goomba almost got the quick kill there.
Still a good 2 cycle for having the Master Sword.
And that is a full clear of Swamp House taken care of by Goomba. Well done. One more crystal on the board for him. And there's one thing we haven't checked yet. That shovel.
Oh, that shovel item was... You always forget about it. It sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
At least me, but... Hey.
Demolisher still needs to hit a Genius K for that hammer, though. There's the Ether Medallion. Demolisher now has all 3. And as we know, the other item here in Skullwoods is on the pinball room, as we call it.
I believe that was a blind check by Goomba, right? He did not know what was on the island there, correct?
No, he did not. Much like these are also blind checks, as Goomba's about to do all the water checks over here in Lake Hut.
And we'll finally see what that big 500 rupees is going to do for him.
Yep. We know the Titan Smith is up here. So Goomba will have that. And I surmise with the Fire Rod and Ice Rod where they were, I think if Goomba full clears Hera, I have no doubt in my mind that they will dip Turtle Rock.
Straight to Turtle Rock. Lot of items in there. That's a good move.
Yeah, and you're already up there on the mountain. We have the potential to just have 2 trips up the mountain here. Maybe 3, depending on if we need the book for anything.
Yeah, but the pendant Turtle Rocks, it's a scary move, because you know all those items could be waiting there for you.
Unfortunately, well, fortunately for Demolisher, dodging a bullet there. Only 3 bombs on the Sword King today.
It's an expensive couple of bombs. Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb coming.
Well, we can't get to King's Tomb yet. No boots.
No boots, correct. He makes me think he has the boots with that hookshot move.
And here in Hookshot, in the Graveyard Ledge, it's just a heart piece.
And there goes Goomba up to the Death Mountain, looks like.
Yep.
That was the first hookshot miss I've seen from Demolisher. Still very impressed. Keep talking about it.
All right.
The rubies from the old man there.
Someone's asking me if Pod potentially has both bows. I doubt it. That would most likely... The only way Pod could have both bows is if the first bow is in the very first chest.
Yeah, because you can't go right side with it. Yeah, I think you're right. There's the butter sword.
Yep. Gold sword acquired for Demolisher. It's more likely that one of our bows is in Turtle Rock, as is the intended progression at this point.
The seed seems to be pointing us that way, so we'll see. Demolisher just going to get some extra cash here.
Yeah, not too bad. Oh, and we're gonna see the Haripod here from Goomba.
The bootless Haripod, even more difficult.
But still doable. Gets it.
Well done. That takes a lot of time off this dungeon.
Yeah, and that trick is legal as of version 31, so it's a nice trick to learn. It does require the hookshot, however.
Yeah, and the boots make it a little easier, so very impressed with Goomba doing that one bootless.
Indeed.
And we gotta take the slow walk to get the chest here, but I'm sure we're gonna see some hookshot magic.
And Demolisher is skipping the pegs because does not currently have the hammer, has not been to Nagina's cave.
We'll get our shovel check here.
Only 50 rupees on the shovel. Not the greatest. And Goomba is now heading over into Tire Room. This will give Goomba the Ice Rod.
Let's see if Goomba, yeah, Goomba gets to take a little time out here. Gets the block trick.
Yeah, Goomba's getting a nice coffee break here.
We still have not seen Sick Kid.
I don't think
As
we have,
Demolisher
no.
gets the first boots, or the first bottle for them.
So Demolisher will be heading over to the desert area, which means they'll most likely check Agina's cave, and then our tracker will actually be correct with the hammer being acquired by Demolisher. Sorry for the confusion, folks.
And that opens up TR for Goomba. Let's see if he makes the move. And he's heading that way. There's a lot of items over here, but... What was in purple chest there? I was watching Goomba.
I think it was money. And unfortunately, Demolisher is not heading over to the desert like I thought. I'm going to head over to Hype Cave instead.
This was anti-hype cave, I believe. Was
Yeah. Not much here except for the red boomerang.
I think Demolisher would rather have that hammer, though, if I'm being honest.
Oh, yeah. There's no question. I'm about to get some armor. But the red boomerang for both runners now is not that bad to have. Again, it's not exactly the most ideal one, but at the same time, it helps with manuing, which some runners prefer. And I can see that Goomba is actually not using the Vanilla Link sprite, it's actually using Hat Color Link. Or no, Hat Color Tunic Color Link So the hat is going to be the same as the actual 2D color.
Yeah, and I'm the same way. I don't care how many times I've played this game, I still find myself lost in that menu every time and clicking up and down when I should be going left and right. And it's mad.
Yeah. And there's the blue boomerang. We've got both of them now for Demolisher. I forget if Goomba picked up the blue boomerang. I know Goomba has at least the red one. Because Goomba did Hype Cape first.
Yes, Goomba got the bottle first, but did not go back.
In confirmation chat, that Goomba did not in fact check Sick Kid, so my eyes have not played tricks on me yet.
Looks like we are seeing a TR dive. I'm excited here.
Well, Goomba hasn't been to the dark side of Death Mountain here yet. Could just be opening up the portal and Turtle Rock right now, and then checking the items before going in.
Oh, right. We didn't even know if it was Quake up until now, so he might have been knocked out.
Yeah, Goomba with the Ice Rod in hand will now be heading in.
So what, maybe just hoping to maybe make the TR up?
Well, actually, gonna be checking the surrounding area first. Which is smart, because Goomba will be getting the temperature here.
That'll make TR a little bit easier.
Alright. Temperature, Ice Rod, and Magic Boomerang in hand for Goomba. Gonna probably, head into Super Bunny and then head into Turtle Rock and be able to full clear it.
So what are we missing between our two runners here? We definitely need bow and flute.
That's it.
That's it. All right.
So it could be pedestal required for the flute, but bow cannot be on pedestal because of Eastern Palace. Or at least the intended first bow. Bows are progressive in this. So we could have a bow on pedestal, and that would be our intended silver arrows.
Yeah, but these runners are good enough to do the unfortunate silverless Ganon that sometimes has to happen.
Yes, and with Tempered and Gold Sword respectively, not a terrible fight to be had either way. And on top of that, Turtle Rock here is the green pendant, which means it's another item when they go over to Sahasrara. And now that I think about it, neither runner, I believe, has been over in the Eastern Palace area. So our bow or flute could just be over there. We don't know yet.
I believe you are correct. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you do multiple runs in a day, they start to kind of bleed together a little bit. Ooh, the nice quick hook shot by Goomba. Well done.
Indeed.
Taking advantage of the invulnerability of the hook shot there. There's the flute.
There's the flute. Which unfortunately means Folks Pet is dead. And Goomba is going to be leaving. It seems we have lost Demolisher for the moment. And let's focus here on Goomba as Goomba is heading over to Kakariko. Gonna be turning on the flute.
You know, and it's kind of disappointing because I love that flute music and we're not going to get to hear it.
There we go.
Now, the one boss that the sword does not matter. Correct me if I'm wrong there.
Yep, sword does not matter.
Except that fighter sword's got a little bit of a shorter reach to it, so it could be a pain once in a while.
Alright. Crystal on the board here, and Goomba's about to pick up the blue boomerang. Now has both, just like Demolisher does. That flute, though, that is the main thing here.
Looks like we, just need that boomerang. So let's see. Or, excuse me, that bow and arrow.
And bow cannot be on pedestal unless it is our intended silver arrow, so it's either keep or Turtle Rock.
So yeah, with these runners, pet is not required, but Goomba's not going to be too happy if that bow ends up being on pet and Turtle Rock.
And it is Quake to enter Misery Mire. I missed what the medallion requirement was for Turtle Rock. Not that it matters, we had all three at the time.
It was Ether, I believe.
And there's the mushroom.
Another little fetch quest for it. But with the flute, that one's an easy, quick grab.
The Demolisher doing a little wrap around here. I think Demolisher actually set up the fake flippers, but already had the normal flippers.
Goomba get caught in a little quicksand there.
Alright, and we may not need the boots to seed. Torch has the compass here in Desert.
That's one of those spots that you pray to see a required item, because then you know you're getting those boots eventually. Goomba gonna get his fourth crystal here. Demolisher's gonna be a little disappointed when they realize what they are going to be spending 500 rubies on.
Indeed.
Doesn't even bother to pick up. Those are expensive bombs you're leaving behind there, Demolisher. Now, Demolisher's got to walk back. This is one of the areas you cannot use the flute in, so it's a bit of a hike.
Yeah.
But they've done this swim before. Goomba making very quick work here. Get that fourth crystal. That leaves us with Ice Palace, Misery Mire, and Pot. Demolisher coming back around. Still no hammer, which is really going to hurt them. Going after Pyramid Ledge here. Still just hoping to get that hammer.
Yeah.
And just a little piece of love. Eventually, got to go over to desert, but can't get in a desert without the book or the flute in the mirror. So maybe Demolisher's waiting to find one of those before they take that trip. And we're going to see a hammerless pod run here.
Yeah, hairless pod is not a great feeling.
Well, even just getting back to pod is rough. So if you got a double dip, that'll take some time from you. Ooh, we are finally seeing our check over here in Shasharashalash's house. A little bit of money, and a littler bit of money. Nothing too exciting. Goomba gonna make the quick mushroom check here. And just a red potion always comes in handy, though. And we're going to see a dive into Misery Mire. Only 2 items in Misery Mire, but we can full clear it.
Yeah.
So if you got to do it, and you can do it, and you know you only need 1 more item, it's not a bad play here. Not knowing where that bow is. Demolisher over in Eastern, which also can't be finished without the bow, but sometimes they like to hide it in there.
Yeah, sometimes, well, the bows intended to be here in the first place, but could be here.
Three items total in here, and that one's got a little bit of love, so we'll keep checking. Goomba using the little dance walk there, which saves you a few frames when you got to cross the screen.
Indeed. Just doing some extra movement tech here to move things along.
All right, our second item here in Eastern is just a little bit of cash, so we're hoping for that last item to be something. Ideally, that bow. And it's just a lot of rubles.
That's unfortunate.
All right,
But,
so nothing necessary over in the eastern side except a lot of cash.
Yeah.
And while you're here, you might as well go that hammerless pod. Unfortunately for Demolisher, we know that it's not going to work out for them. But it's the smart move based on where they're at. Always one of my favorite moves here over in favorite rooms over here in Misery Mire. You get to skip that whole section because you didn't bother to raise the orange pegs.
Yeah, and of course, if they set up spooky action, Goomba could just do that as well. Which looks like he did do.
And good old Vitreous here.
Yep.
Ooh. All right, on the sword spin attack, got enough hearts to do it. Got to be careful. A little potion never hurt anybody. the sword spins, and the tempered sword makes that look nice and easy.
Speaking of potions, camera break glitch going on here in Palace of Darkness.
One of the allowable camera glitches, as long as everything sets back up. That's a good one to have when you don't have that bow, and it opens up some things that are on the right side. But just a couple of keys.
You're welcome, but with the crystal in Misery Mire, heading back in to find the last item here.
Yeah, again, only a lot of chests in here, but only 2 items. Sometimes it pays off to skip and hope you get one of those items on Vitreous. Making quick use of that sword beam. Demolisher with some impressive bomb throws there, knowing that later on that's going to save a few extra seconds. So while you're passing, why not throw that bomb? Ooh, but Goomba off of the bridge. Demolisher's getting a little extra cash just in case. Find the little upgrade to our shield here, block some of those fireballs coming our way. Still not as pretty as the mirror shield, but she'll do. The potion, or excuse me, the magic powder, not only is going to give you an endless supply of fairies, but open up the fetch quest of the bat statue. So there's another spot where we could find our bow. Now that would be something if Pod was required to get the magic powder to then go get ourselves a bow on the bat.
Yeah, that would be interesting to see for sure.
The quick heart, quick mirror, skip the hallway move by Demolisher. It's a veteran play right there. They've got to be wondering what is yet for them to check. That's the problem when you open so much up early. There's a lot of different routes you can go. Goomba gets that.
Yeah.
Last item, the 10 arrows, quite the disappointment. But at least Meyer is done. That's 5 of our 7 crystals. But still need that boomerang. Or keep saying boomerang. Still need that bow and arrow. They start with a B.
Looks like Goomba will be heading into Ice Palace here in just a little bit. Makes sense. It's looking like Turtle Rock might have the bow in it as well as the flute.
There are a few items here in ice, and this can be full cleared. And here comes the bat check. Let's see. Did Pod do it to us again? Oh, it was a teaser. It was the arrows for the bow.
Did we check the mushroom?
I believe Goomba checked the mushroom. My screen was kind of glitching out, but he did use the flute and head over there. Oh, it was a bottle.
Ah, it was a bottle. Thank you.
Thank you.
Our tracker informed us of that. Thank you.
It's great when both commentators' screens are glitching at the same time. We can see everything. nothing says welcome to your first commentating session like 5 minutes solo. You know what I mean?
I mean, I would have put it past it.
The bomb move there for Goomba to get both of those skeletons with one bomb. Always a nice, good-looking trick. And I'm assuming we'll be seeing the Ice Palace bomb jump here in a second.
Demolisher getting into swamp now, so I think it's the first chest in here. All right.
Are you back? Because now I'm gone. At least we gotta have one of us in there.
Yeah, Demolisher is not having the greatest of time here, folks. If you're just now tuning in, Demolisher has not tricked the kingdom. That is where the hammer lies. Goomba doesn't have the gold sword there.
And all we're missing from both ends is where is that bow? Demolisher still needs the hammer, of course, but we don't know where that bow is. Could be in TR. We've talked. There could be the silver bow on PED. We'll see what our runners decide to go for.
Indeed. I don't know. There's something about this seed where my gut instinct is it's in Turtle Rock.
And Goomba was there too. Got the flute and decided to leave. You know, could be a good play. Could come back and haunt him. I guess we'll have to see.
Alright, folks. Had to do some finagling here, but it looks like we got Hobo coming up here. I might be a little behind. Only 50 rupees there. Mirror shield found for Demolisher.
Mirror shield never required, but it always just makes your outfit look so good. You know, I'm a big fan of the mirror shield.
Yeah. We're finally now checking the Ice Ride Cave here. So yeah, based on what we know, I think it's gotta be Turtle Rock.
What do we have left? I don't think there's any other checks we've missed.
Well, no, we don't have an invisible item for Spike Cage being logic either.
Can't do Eastern. We've gone pod all the way until we can. Skull Woods is done. Yeah.
Pyramid Fairy. Yeah, chat's pointing out Pyramid Fairy could be our answer. And I think that's what Goomba's about to do right now.
Could always lead to the book to add to some more fun to the fetch quest.
I want to say Goomba's checked hammer pegs at the very least. Well, we're about to see what Pyramid Fairy has regardless. And poor Demolisher has yet to find the hammer. This is not exactly ideal here. I think Demolisher has last location though. Heading towards Agina.
Yeah, Demolisher could have ran away with this, finding that hammer, but now it's going to be a bit of a race to the end.
Alright. Pyramid Fairy Cave first has a bottle and 300 rupees. It's not here.
Alright, our choices are getting limited. I feel like they're pushing TR.
So yeah, it's got to be Turtle Rock here. There's the hammer finally for Demolisher, and there's finally Gold Sword for Goomba.
Goomba, yeah, this is usually one of the earlier checks for runners. You know, maybe thought they'd go back to it and forgot about it, but finally found that fourth sword.
Alright, so still looking for that bow. Aga doesn't have it. It's gotta be Turtle Rock. It's gotta be. There's the red mail now for Goomba. And Demolisher's got a lot of catching up to do. But Demolisher makes the play to full dip Turtle Rock as soon as possible. Demolisher could pull ahead here with the bow. We'll have to wait and see.
There's not much left. You gotta take this dip into here, and other than that, I mean,
Yeah, it's literally just Palace of Darkness that we need to finish. And with Easter being one of our other pendants, it has to be Turtle Rock. We'll see when they go up there.
yeah, because you got to think Demolishers at the point when they go up to Turtle Rock, it's gonna be a full clear. Unlike Goomba, who got the flute, got excited and got out of there. But then even when Demolisher gets done with Turtle Rock, they got to head back and do Misery Mire.
Yeah. So at least 2 more mountain climbs regardless for both of them. Which doesn't seem like much, but it does add up. The more mountain climbs you do, the more time you are burning. So we'll be getting the half magic here in just a short amount of time. And I think Goomba should realize that there's more than the turtle rock that meets the eye. Mirroring out. Gonna keep walking.
Yeah, I just keep waiting to see that flute come out. Ooh,
Now,
mirrored into the rock.
There is a niche here. The niche is we have potentially a boots locked bow. And the only place that's boots locked right now the bow could be at is Bonk Rocks and Hammer Peg. Or not Hammer Pegs, another one.
No boots. Can't get into the tomb there.
Alright, let's see what Graveyard has in store for us.
I think we saw a Graveyard Ledge already. I believe it wasn't anything too exciting. Yep, Little Piece of Love. It's up. Goomba got that flute out. Oh, nope. Gonna take the dip into pod, which we know doesn't have what we're looking for.
Alright, meanwhile, Argus being killed by Demolisher.
Not too rough of us. Oh, excellent with the fire rod there, getting stuck in the corner and showing him who's boss. Yeah, we also pointed out, right, our TR also has green pendant, which would open up Shasha Lasha. Just give him a new name every time. So again, Goomba decently ahead, with making a lot of the checks that Demolisher made that didn't really do much, which could give Demolisher a chance to catch up here if they go straight for TR and all the way through. Sriracha, as I see Chad likes to call Sriracha Lasha. Demolisher, making sure they don't accidentally swamp that key. Gets the key before he comes this way and fills the dam. Bomb trickery by Goomba there to get that out of the way, knowing you're going to need it here in a little bit.
Yep.
Shabba Dabba Dabba. That was a good one. So Hasadoodle, as one of our trackers mentioned. I'm learning new stuff every day. You know, being a commentator is going to make me a better runner here. I've said it before, I'll keep saying it. The hookshot skills of Demolisher are quite impressive. You still have not yet ceased to amaze me. Goomba making his way through Pod, which again doesn't have much for us. And Demolisher up on Death Mountain. Let's see if we make that move to TR. Already collected all the other items up here, so that's gotta be what they're going for.
All right.
It seems, are we back here, Wolf? Are things working for us again?
Yeah, commentary restream should be up and running again. We had to work on the live feed for a little bit.
Oh, was I just talking to myself? That's cool.
Yeah, I was making sure the things were working before I mentioned it.
Oh, the joys of a new commentator. I was talking to myself for 10 minutes and I didn't even know it.
I had to put you on the spot
we call that a literal dry run, ladies and gentlemen.
I had to put you on the spot a little bit. No big deal. All right, the Demolisher's heading into Turtle Rock now. This is the moment. If he finds the bow, stays in here, the bow will be huge.
This could put Demolisher ahead if they decide to go all the way through and they find Bo. Two crystals behind, but that bow is going to be important.
All right. So if it's Hammer Pegs here, Goomba is in go mode. If it's deeper in Turtle Rock, we'll know it here and now, and Demolish will stick around. It is here!
After all that. And Goomba had the hammer early. And now Demolisher is going to get out of here. Okay.
All right. So that is go mode for Goomba. Now the question is that our intended first bow? Probably. But I noticed that it was silver in coloration, which could mean that it was the silvers in terms of the progressive bow. I don't know if that matters or not, but it doesn't matter. We're in go mode. Man, what a see for you to do one of your first commentary sessions on, right?
Hey, it makes it all the more fun. That way I'll be an expert on my next one that goes perfectly smoothly.
I suppose that's one way to look at it, yes.
I'm a glass half full kind of guy, you know what I mean?
Well, Goomba just has to go kill Humblzer King, climb the tower, and we'll be done here. Of course, we have one little thing left to do afterwards, but we'll get to that in a little bit. In the meantime, folks, these runners have put on a great race for us thus far. Make sure to give them a follow here. What else is there to say? This has been one crazy night. For me, it's been an entirely a crazy day. Oh.
Hey, you have those once in a while. You know what happens to the best of us. We were making a quick move. Get some extra hearts. Fill the hearts up. Get the sword beam. Excellent move with the bow that they've been waiting for forever.
Indeed. And they are full, and both runners are essentially fully equipped in terms of equipment. And 16 red, there's no way these runners are dying anytime soon. Unfortunately, that shield does slow them down a little bit, but...
Yeah, but it's so beautiful.
I honestly prefer the fire shield. It has the right amount of usefulness, and you can still get rid of it. If you really want to get rid of your shield.
So the ball here is in Goomba's court. Unless a few crazy things happen, we'll see a run up here. Finish off the last crystal, and we'll get to have some fun up in Ganon's Tower.
Oh boy, a Godmire. Shame that Demolisher will most likely not be able to capitalize on that. Of course, we know better. Breaking out the mask of Helmzer King, a couple slashes, and that's all she wrote.
Yeah, with that butter sword, can make some easy fixins.
And with this crystal, we have all 7. So, ladies and gentlemen, we of course have a game we like to play here. This is just going to be for fun, of course, but we have 22 chests in the basement of Ganon's Tower. Only one of those locations can have the big key. Give us the number in chat and tell us where you think that the Ganon's Tower big key will be tonight. I'm going to say, because I want this seed to go well for them, it's going to be in Tile Room.
I'm going to say, because this is the way my first commentating seed is going, it's going to be 22.
That's also Tile Room, so we're in great agreement.
Well, if you take that route, which is the smart route, of course.
Most people leave the Tile Room for last.
I don't know, it's just that maybe it's my OCD. I hate passing up a chest, even if it takes long to go. Which is why I'm not that good of a runner. But hey, what are you going to do?
Well, that's one way to look at it, I suppose.
Vitreous won't be too bad with the butter here. Slice through the eyeballs like butter.
Yeah, the more eyeballs get destroyed, the faster the lightning will shoot, and that lightning is random. It chooses this directional path every frame.
Interesting. And you could be up against that wall and it could come after you. So.
Well, the biggest tell that it's completely random is that even though we seeded Aga's teleports, there's always going to be a guaranteed lightning cycle, and you'll never get the same lightning pattern between 2 runners.
Like I said, I'm learning something new every 5 minutes here.
Alright.
Ganon's Tower has a new signpost there on the side for when we don't need all the crystals. In this seed, of course, we did need all 7.
Yeah, that signpost would tell you how many crystals you would need to enter your Ganon's Tower. In this tournament, it'll be as many as 7, but as few as 6. We don't know if what our runners are gonna pick in terms of the secondary rule, but here we go with the hope room. 10 arrows and a small key.
All right, 20 more to go. Going right side. All right, Goomba, I like this. And skip the tile room like the good runner that he is.
Yep. Usually you would save the tile room for last because it is the slowest check. Now I happen to know something about key logic here in Ganon's Tower, not that it really matters much. If we see a small key here in the compass room, it's over here in the compass room as well. See how that comes into play. Map. Heart piece. 3 bombs. 20 rupees. Not over here at all.
So you're saying if you see a small key in there, big key's there.
Yeah, because it's potentially a key lock situation.
Gotcha. Interesting.
Or at least as far as I understand. I'm not saying I'm a perfect at this whole key logic thing, but I like to think I have a rough understanding of it.
Hey, thus far, this has been we've been nothing but perfect, so I have no reason to doubt you.
Well, basic idea with key logic is simply, what's the worst way you can use your keys? That's what the seed assumes. What the logic assumes. Doesn't matter where they are.
Yeah, you can't. It doesn't let you lock yourself out of anything. There's
11 is the move.
Now we could speed this seed along. Perfect timing.
So if we get a hint that says Silver's in Dark World, that means our first intended bow, I think, is elsewhere.
We have bonk rocks. Oh yeah, well no, because you need them in here. Yeah, interesting. Very nice moves with the boomerang there to get through this room.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Ganon's Silver's hint tells you where the intended second bow is.
Interesting.
There's the big key. That's number 13. Who gets number 13 here in chat? And we did have a direct guess. Is there anyone before it? No. The direct guess was on Master Mars with the 13. First person to do so. This is just for fun, but I hope you enjoy playing the game all the same.
You get a lifetime supply of streaming glitches, which we've had a lot of today, so we're going to give a few away.
I don't even know how to respond to that. That's well played.
I had a few, so I figured you had a few extra that you wouldn't mind giving out.
Not really, no.
Ooh, almost a clear shot through the spikes there. Always impressive when you see somebody pull that off.
Actually, wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. No, that was 13. 12 would have been map room.
Man, nothing like giving someone a gift and then taking it away, you know? Alright, on to, making quick use with that fire rod. And the beams are having a day with it.
Yeah, Beamoses are one of the more annoying obstacle-based enemies. You can't actually kill them in this game.
Yeah, the next room is usually where I spend about 15 to 20 solid minutes getting beamed in the face. But Goomba seems to have absolutely no problem.
Psycho, please. Alright.
Look at that. One cycle.
Beautiful.
With the fire rod and the butter sword.
And now time for my personal favorite of the game, the Wizroad 4.
There's just something satisfying about this room, you know?
It really is.
It is, right there, every time. Love it. How about this next one? This next one is It's good. This is good. Here
This
we
is
go.
a good one. Beautiful one cycle.
Beautiful.
And
no
got
doubt
the
there,
frame perfect
Goomba.
door dash. Or at least looked like it was frame perfect. I think if it was one frame sooner, it would have been a bonk.
So has Goomba played this game before, is what you're telling me?
I think Goomba's played this game quite a bit.
Okay.
Topping off of magic kind of needs to do so.
It's got to wait a little bit. You don't want to get that glitch. If you go into that stairwell right when the doors close, everybody disappears in the dungeon.
Yep. It's a...
Which sounds like a good thing, but so does the boss that you need to beat.
Yep. Taking advantage of the fairies being trapped here, getting a nice full health refill as well as full magic going forward. 17 hearts, by the way. This was
hearts, red mail. Oh, Ganon is in trouble, I must say.
Oh, yeah. And I think we still have a blue potion in reserve on top of that.
That's just for the after party, you know?
Well-earned chest. Only 5 rupees here today. No sign of the other bow.
Maybe it's that silver, you know? You never want to leave it there.
Well, we're about to see Aga 2, which is... Well, how do you like angles?
Let's see what we go here. 1, 2. Ooh.
And it looks like it was a 1, unfortunately. It might have been a double hit.
Unfortunately, Aga can't hit himself. You have to do the deflection.
I think that one... Yeah, that could have been a double. And this should be it. Yep, there we go. Aga 2 is down, and now it's time for Goomba to fight the pig. Gold sword in hand, it'll only be 6 slashes or spins, doesn't matter which, per phase starting off. Up, after which we will enter the ground stomp phase. In which case, just gotta hit him 4 times, teleport as he teleports randomly around the room. He will do fake teleports, and the amount of fake teleports is fixed between both players for fairness. Afterwards, it's phase 4, the darkness technique. Keep the torches lit. Hit. And then it'll be 12 spin attacks or slashes, ideally spin because it's more consistent, as Ganon begins to teleport. There is a very slight tell I've noticed with the arms raising up, that's when you should spin. But this should be a beautiful 1-in-1 here from Goomba. Pretty easy
Goomba
with the
silver. In there with the dash slash here to get to that, would you say 6?
Yeah, 6 and 6. There is one of the fire bats. That's one of the more dangerous attacks Ganon can do going forward. Because those fire bats don't actually have knockback. They reverse your input so that you can push yourself into the pit accidentally.
And Wolf, don't forget about phase 5, which I learned the other day. Don't be too high when you win, because you can still fall off before the stairs come down.
The other silver arrows was in Ganon's tower. So this was So Hammerpix had the first intended bow this entire time.
Interesting.
And Torch Glitch has been laid off because Goomba lit the torch on the left before the torch on the right could go out. The torch on the right will never go out. Saves you magic in this fight. Very useful.
Especially when you have to go silverless, having that torch glitch is very helpful. But with the blue potion at hand, I don't think he's going to have too much of a problem either way.
Yep, here we go. Just more spins. And that's Ganon down.
That will do it, folks.
Cat or Goomba. Who has now finished officially in first place with a time of 1 hour, 34 minutes, and 58 seconds. And not too long after that, as you can see here, Demolisher has decided to forfeit. Good effort from his part. Got tripped up. Hopefully he'll bounce back in game 2. And Demolisher, being the loser of this race, will decide if there is a settings change coming up for game 2.
very interesting part of this tournament. The person who comes in second place gets to make a little change, see if they could swing the momentum in their direction for game 2 and bring it over to game 3. Congratulations to both of our runners. Crazy seed, a lot going on.
All right, so we're gonna get these two in here for an interview real quick, folks. What a race this has been, though. And now we are joined by Goomba, the winner of this race. GG's. What a race.
GG.
Yes, and now we're also joined by Demolisher as well. A very strong effort here. That hammer, though, kind of tripped you up kind of big time.
Yeah, I think.
The bow almost tripped you both up for quite a bit, but Goomba eventually was able to find it.
Yeah, I don't know, I felt good about getting the hammer early. I felt even better when I saw that the mitts were accessible without it, because I figured my opponent would probably miss it for a pretty long time. My only real regret is not checking back of escape earlier, because if I had that mirror, I could have mirrored after Catfish, gotten my mitts right away, probably gotten my bow a good bit earlier, and I guess Flute would have been going what at that point?
Yeah.
I did escape right after I got the glove.
Yeah, I put it off for one reason or another. Something about not wanting to do the dark room without a sword, I think.
There.
There was a sword there anyway. So, what do you guys think of that mini Molder Cave having just an insane amount of good items in it?
Why wasn't the hammer there? I could have pulled clear Turtle Rock.
That mini Molder game was great when I checked it at 25 minutes.
Yeah, for a while there, things were pointing in the direction of possibly a Flute on pedestal. It was looking to be one of those seeds, but you guys made it through.
Yeah. And
I mean, the answer's always Turtle Rock, right?
Yeah, I was expecting the bow to be deeper in Turtle Rock, but no, it looks like it was just hammer pegs, and according to Ganon, Ganon's Tower have the other one.
Yeah, I was pretty prepared to go back to Turtle Rock. I mean, if it wasn't at the Smith Chain, then I would have, because I wouldn't really have had anything else left to do. But
So it looks like you, if I understand the conversation you two were having earlier in IRC, you are going to be doing this match same time tomorrow?
Yep. That is the idea.
And Demolisher, you get to change a setting here. Have you decided on your setting, or are you going to need some more time?
Because, like, if you saw it during that, I like to just clear out everything and not leave something behind. So adding more items helps out in my favor, I think.
So you will be turning on Maps and Compass Shuffle then?
Yes.
Okay, so the maps and compasses will function like they do in Key Sandy, but the keys will not for game 2 here. Hopefully that works out in your favor. Good luck to you both over that is going on. Any final thoughts about the seed? I think it's pretty safe to say that you're both done with this one.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear that we both messed up, but evidently I messed up less.
I wouldn't argue against that.
It's all right. The internet messed up. The commentators messed up. There were some tracker mishaps. We all had quite the night, so we had fun together.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of fumbling around on multiple fronts. But GG's to you as well, Goomba, and as well to you, Jim Molisher. Hopefully your game 2 goes by well. Make sure to give these two a follow here on Twitch. They deserve it. And of course, make sure to follow us here on Speed Gaming and Speed Gaming 2 through 6, as well as ALTTPR and ALTTPR are 2 through 5, so you don't miss any of this tournament action And of course, not just any action. There's more than just Link to the Past tournament going on Speed Gaming as well. Well, with that being all said and done, folks, let me go ahead and take a look at the schedule here and see if you've got anything else to look forward to coming up tonight. And it looks like you, in fact, do have something going on. Coming up in just a few minutes on Speed Gaming 4, you will have Ganon's Gone Wild versus Apathy Duck going on. And it should be about an hour in, but on Speed Gaming 5, we have Trinex versus Emo Saru as well. And join us back here tomorrow at 1:15 to see Amazing Amphorus versus I'm Hugh Bliss this in Game 3. Potentially. But with that being all said and done, folks, I have been Wolflings. From all of us here at the Link to the Past Randomizer 2019 tournament, I have been Wolfling0270, and we just see you all next time, and thank you for watching. Have a good night, everyone.
Good games, everyone. Take care.